us take over already. Come on now.
Welcome back here. Another edition of the Down and Back Live. This is actually episode number 40 for Down and Back here. So
Nice.
Since our first three episodes were on audio only, just on Facebook, but this is show number 40, bringing back the talkers back, I guess. But welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks for having us. We're back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thanks,
So with this quarantine, I'm guessing you guys really haven't been up to anything, have you?
Look at this.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I've been up to.
Yeah.
I'm up like 26 pounds. That's about it.
I've only gained
Could you- I
5,
know-
surprisingly.
Yeah, well, you had a fucking like 38,000 pound head start on me, so.
Hey, that's
There
all
you
right. I call it my winter layer.
Hey, listen, as I said when I was teasing Jamie Graham on the garage video,
Yeah, only fat kids. Can pick
only
on
fat kids can tease fat kids. That's the
Mhm.
rule. It's like you can't tease a fat kid unless you're a fat kid. This is how
I
it
mean,
works.
I've heard that before, so I mean, it's not even like an
Dude,
unspoken rule.
because
It's spoken.
you'd be like, you look at me and be like, yeah, you could tease me because you're fat too. Like, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So I can't say anything?
No, you're like fake
No,
fat
yeah,
person.
get out.
You're like an old, you're like one of those guys that's like, I was fat and then I got ripped. It's like, well, you kind of could have been ripped anyways. Like, I could never be ripped. Like, that could never happen. Like,
It's
fat and
physically
just-
impossible.
yeah, it's physically impossible for me to be ripped. Like, it's not a possibility. Like,
Yeah, the only thing I rip is my jeans.
So Clark here is saying that fat kids are still sensitive. You know,
Clark said, by the way, Clark said, you better not suck. Like, this better be good. I'm going to watch. Well, I can tell you is that this is free. So,
Yeah,
you
you'll get what you get. You get what you pay for, brother.
get what you
It's all
get.
right.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then Brendan, I'm going to get the jump on you early because there is nothing like a Pillar's Grillwurst sausage from here. And if you don't want that, you can get the cheddar cheese.
I'm salivating right now.
And my family last night, because we had pizza, we even did the Pillar's pepperoni.
Well, there you go. Look at that, man.
You don't have your stuff. We got Mars.
That is, I'm gonna tell you right now. I mean, I'm down with. I'll tell you what. Like, I had a Johnsonville shirt on today. I had my ACL. What was it? Mohegan Sun one, Final Chase or whatever it was.
Who?
Yeah. Listen. I'm up for all meat products. You know what I mean? Like, preferably. Meacham spent 20 minutes with me telling me about some sausage that's down there that comes in a square and is wrapped in paper. I'm like, I'm ready to just drive down there and pick it up. It's like Hills or something. Like, it's in paper. It's all like wrapped up in paper. You gotta get it. You know, I'm like, give me that. But I did get a very special T-shirt that will be unveiled in over the weekend. Today in the mail.
Fantastic.
Yeah. The Dean, baby. The Dean.
I would assume as much. I'm not surprised by that.
Dude. I mean, that's not even a lie, though. I'm a Jimmy Dean fan. Like, that sausage is...
I mean, who isn't?
Lights out.
If you like breakfast sausage, you like Jimmy Dean. I mean, it's a staple in every American household.
Dude. Every fat American household, for sure. Definitely. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
like, crushing that shit.
I mean, personally, I'm a bacon guy, though, so... I mean,
Yeah,
don't know.
I mean, I can go either way. So, Doug, what have you been up to, dude? 30 degrees up there, huh?
Yeah,
Beautiful weather.
I got to play in one virtual tournament, but I think I threw about less than what the temperature was here. It was just
In
Freaking
Celsius
horrible.
or Fahrenheit?
both. It was kind of my driveway slanted, so I'm going to go with that. My backyard wasn't ready.
Listen, I'm
Yeah,
done. I'm done believing that. Here's what I think. Don't get me wrong. Ghost Cornhole is like, Clark's listening, so I can use him as I'm sure he'll love when I wax him on this, right? So Clark's throwing like 100, 104 like every time he throws right now. He's just locked into Ghost Cornhole, right? First of all, his arms are so long. He's like Lurch. His arm is halfway to the board by the time he's like releasing the bag. But it definitely, like, there's no question that great players are great at Ghost Cornhole, right? That's no question. Like, there's no, like, Tanner Halbert's an unbelievable Ghost Cornhole player, right? Matt Guy is a great cornhole player. John Clark is a great player, is a great Ghost Cornhole player. But for the tier lower than that, which I would say that, like, I would find myself in, I do think it's kind of similar to saying you're the best home run derby player or the best long drive golfer versus you're the best cornhole player, right? I think those are two separate things. Now, I think when you're at the top level, like the absolute top level, then you're going to be good at both, right? You're going to be able to like slide all day and do that, right? That's two different things. But
Yeah.
I think stepping next to the board with somebody, like there are guys from Massachusetts who are smoking me. Like I think I'm like 20 off their average. I've never lost those people, right? And there are other people that I've had higher weeks than that would smoke me, right? There's a guy, Lefty, who's like kind of a Massachusetts mainstay, who's an unbelievable player. He's won multiple regionals, won singles events.
It's a good dude.
He's like 70, like every week. I think he said like 190. So I'm done with worrying about the fact that it makes me want to just quit the game. I thought about burning my boards last weekend. I literally was kicking them. I was having a moment. I'm a social person. I need to feed off other people. That's what I'm going with that, Doug. You're slanted driveway. I'm going with home run derby.
Honestly, I think every single excuse is up for grabs during this time. There's no. I mean, we never lived in a time like this, so to me, I think any excuse is fine. Like so, my last 58, I ran out between rainstorms.
Any excuse is fine. Any excuse can win.
Exactly. Well, I know. All right, so Dane, Dane's a perfect example. I wouldn't say you've lit the world on fire, right? In the Ghost world, right?
Fuck no, I hate Ghost.
So, but having played with you, I know you're a great player, right? So, so I've towed the line with this man, okay? And I can tell you that I like his game. I like how he plays. I have respect for his game. If he throws a 52, like, all right, Rich Queen, who plays with us. Rich Queen's like a local Massachusetts legend. He's thrown in Ghost a 47 and 102. He's part of the only like 5 guys who've thrown 100, right? So it's almost like your golf game. Like I can shoot a 75, but I can shoot a 97 someday. You know, it's like I have that range. I have a nice 40-point, 50-point range. Gonna find the higher point of the range is what I'm looking for, but that's kind of where it's at.
I mean, but that's when you become better.
Both those numbers for Rich are like dream numbers for me.
Doug, you're also not dealing with the best weather up there in the north. Like, we complain here, but Jesus, you still got the cold up there.
So I just want to say hi to the people in the chat. We got Mark Taft, who's in there. My cousin Ben moderating as always. Clark says he's good, but he doesn't wear his hat backwards. And now Cook has now joined us with the Brews and Reviews.
Nice.
Thing we're missing one Asp hole.
Well, there we are.
By the way, I had a guy working on I had a carpentry job that needed to be done today on the house. So I got a local cornhole legend by the name of Lance Madden, who, if you're from this area, you know exactly who he is. He's won tons of stuff, and he was doing this job for me in my house. And he's like just an old school guy, I would say, right, Donnie? Would you say he's an old school guy?
Very old school.
So he's doing this carpentry job for me. He's like, "Hey, B," he's like, "How do you get live on this Facebook thing, kid?" He's like, "I don't know how you get live on Facebook." I'm like, "Lance," I go, "You take your phone out, you go to this button that says live, you could press that. That will get you live." He's like, "I don't know, man. I like to play against other people, B." He's like, "I don't know if I'm one for this ghost stuff." So some people just haven't been doing it.
Do you get live on a rotary phone?
It's coming soon.
So back to the virtual game. And with baseball starting up, I've been thinking here for a little bit, what would the Mendoza line for a virtual game be? Since they have it in ball with hitting, right? What would like a Mendoza line for a virtual game be? I know I'm way below it, but
what do you think? What do you think?
I would say, I got to guess, but Doug, what do you think?
I'm going to say like 55.
I'm going to say Mendoza's below 50. 50 or below.
Really? So I can beat him? Is that what you're saying?
Well, Mendoza was 250. He was less than a 250 hitter.
Actually, I looked today and he's like a 218.
Yeah. So you figure that's a bag and a half on the board, right? Bag and a quarter?
I mean, he's looking at maybe like a 48.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
I should just change the name on my jersey.
All right, let's get down. Let's get down to dirty. First of all, I have not listened to this week's Big Asp yet because I was assisting my carpenter by throwing him beers and drinking and talking to him the whole time. So I have not had my chance to dive in.
That's all right.
So I don't know if this has been covered on Big Asp, but let's get into the bowl. I'm sure this was covered, but let's get into the bowler
They
beef.
skirted it a little. They're not trying to cover too much.
The bowler
dust
beef,
here.
right? The bowler beef. I kind of need Sean here for this, but I mean, Sean's like, he's like Guns N' Roses. He just shows up like super late, and like then he sucks when he's on live. You know,
his new name is Axel.
Yeah. You know, he's gonna be Faxel, Fat Axel. That's what I'm gonna call him from now on. Yeah. And by the way, takes a fat kid to make fun of a fat kid, so we've already covered that. Yeah. But all right, we'll wait for him for the bowling thing. But did you guys cover it all? Did you guys talk about what did you talk about with the ACL thing? Because I know Doug, you were saying like talking about that.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it too much. We just kind of breezed over it real quick. Like we did call like Matthew Morton, which was sweet that he won it, so that was cool. And then aside from that, just went over Frank and Jamie winning and gave shout outs to like Cheyenne Renner and stuff for like winning a couple big matches. And then it wasn't anything too crazy.
So we talked about on our show, if you hadn't listened to it yet, about Donnie brought it up because Donnie honestly is like he's like that investigative reporter that like you don't want to see come into your motorcycle shop. He's like, we've been studying you for 8 months and you've been billing clients way higher than you should be. And you're like, I'm fucking losing my life right now in 2020. That's Donnie, right? So Matthew Morton's or whatever. So Matthew Morton wins. It was I really enjoyed the broadcast. I enjoyed just having something to watch.
Yeah.
So first of all, before we get into this, I commend the ACL for getting that product back on TV, for giving me something to watch, and for doing what they do. So that stuff is clear, right? I am a huge supporter of the ACL. I love Trey Ryder. I think he's an awesome guy. I don't know Stacy, so I can't speak to him. But the people that I know, like, for example, our local guy, Jeff Bachand, I love this guy, right? This guy is awesome.
Yeah, Jeff's cool.
So, but my question is what Donnie brought up, which was they televised or the people had videos of the original feed where they weren't doing these safety precautions. And then they got into it and they were doing it. Now, let me say this disclosure. I don't give a shit what you do for safety precautions. I don't care. I'm not worried about, I'm not running around like hugging like random strangers at the grocery store, but I'm not as concerned as maybe I would be if I was 70 years old and immune compromised, right?
Exactly.
My point being, though, I do think you have to keep some level, like just the whole way, right, Donnie? Wouldn't you say?
I would. If you're gonna tout on ESPN, of all places, a Disney national broadcast, that you're doing all these safety precautions, but in the background you can see what I will call the hypocrisy behind it. It really it chaps my ass. It does. It really does. Because you're telling me one thing, but this hand's telling me this, but this hand over here is doing something completely different. Yeah. Listen, I love the ACL too. I think it's great. And I'm not trying to get on like one of those posters at the beginning of an ACL that says like this guy's persona non grata and not allowed into the event. I still want to play, but don't give me two sides of a story, right? When you got the guys with the Palmolive gloves on the main stage pulling, the bags out of the hole, when you have the official scorekeeper halfway through the match sitting there without the mask on, when you have people vaping through their protective coverings.
That was ludicrous.
When you have half the people pulling their mask down to talk to their partner, that if you're telling me these are the precautions, none of that stuff can be allowed. It just can't be.
Yeah,
listen, I'm not a proponent of the mask. I don't that's my views. That's whatever it is. I think it's a safety. When I go in public, I will do it because that's what I have to do to get into public. But I don't agree with it myself. But I know others do. And I think that they, that I have to respect their rights at the same time.
That's their right. Yep. Exactly.
I did kind of have a feeling this would come up. So I did message someone who was at the event and played. And their response was, I didn't think the question was ever asked why we were doing it then and doing it on ESPN. And no one had a big deal with it. No one made a big deal of it at the event. Right?
That's because the ones at the event were just excited to be there. But at the same time, like, it does raise, health concerns. ACL was trying to prove that they could run a very safe, 6 feet apart type deal event. And to me, I think they jumped the gun, man. They did it too fast. If you really want players to follow all these guidelines and do it true, like, I mean, I totally agree with what you're saying, Donnie. Like, I saw it several times too. I saw guys like back in the round robin, like literally like masks off, like throwing and stuff. Like, so to me, it's like it's a health concern, and you got to train the players in the proper ways before you can ever go on ESPN with it.
So what
you got to train them.
There's no real talk of anything. It was just, we're doing this, and then they went on with it. And then, like, I even noticed it myself because I didn't watch the broadcast because it stopped at the border there for some reason. They wouldn't show it up here. But I noticed that seeing pictures of like, oh, I just watched like 8 games on Facebook Live of people playing, picking up their own bags, picking up bags from the other team. But then they come to the ESPN broadcast, and they got, I don't know, they were trying to figure out what to call these guys, the bag caddies or whatever. But it's
the sack ticklers.
Yeah. But then the other thing comes is make sure they know the rules and what's going on in the game, because you have the other thing that happened with Drew Brown, where he's still got a bag left, and the guy takes all the bags off the boards.
Well, what I truly take umbrage with, though, is if you noticed, every time a game ended, up on the screen, they made sure to tout their social distancing rules, right? They kept putting it up and saying exactly what they were doing. Like, oh, we're 6 feet apart. If you notice we're far apart, we've got the people picking up the bags. Don't continue to play that narrative to me when I can see what else is going on. That was my biggest issue. Listen, I still want cornhole to go on. I want bigger things to come up. ACL was this weekend, 22nd, 23rd. ACO is having a big event. I want these events to happen so that guys like all of us can start playing again.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Here's my thing. Like I said, my buddy Lance came over today, and hadn't seen the guy in like 3 months, right? So he's doing work in my house. I'm handing him some screws every once in a while, doing what a good apprentice does, hand him a Miller Lite. And we had a couple beers afterwards, and it was amazing just to see somebody that I'm friends with and like sit on my front lawn with them and talk to them for like a half hour. You know what I mean? Like that was an unbelievable thing. And I didn't have a moment where I'm like, oh, I want a mask or whatever. But so either one or the other. Here's my thing, right? Either just say, hey, listen, we've tested these guys. They've quarantined for 14 days and they're going to be on TV and they're not wearing masks. Or guys, this is like boarding school. This is what it is. You know what I mean? Because you can't have it like halfway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like, have you been drinking?
Totally agree.
You get pulled over. It's like, have you been drinking? It's like, oh, I had like 4.5 to 5, Okay. That doesn't work. By the way, look at these. Hold on. I'm going to show you guys something.
As I've seen in the chat, my cousin had nicknamed Faxel, #Faxel. We now have Sean in.
Faxel.
There we go.
This is what you get for getting late, buddy. This is what you get for being late.
What's up?
You hear my nickname? You hear my new nickname for you? Faxel Rose. Fat Axel Rose, because you're always late for things. Like you come on like 8 hours late. And by the way, you missed the whole beginning when I said I can only make fun of you or tease you like that because you could tease me like that because we're both fat kids, and that's how it works. You can't make fun of other fat people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the worst is when you hear like
I'm trying to find the right angle,
dude,
so like
listen.
I look as thin as possible.
Dude,
Sean, you gotta put the camera upstairs and in a drawer.
Dane.
Hey,
dude. By the way, in defense of all fat kids, is there anything more annoying when like a regular skinny person's like, why can't you just eat regular and like dude, you eat like steak and cheese, you're fine. Like I eat steak and cheese, like I need to buy new pants on Tuesday.
For 4 fucking days. Yeah.
The worst is when they're like, "Oh, I feel so fat today." I say, "Shut up, nice, really." Oh, do you only have like a 5-pack now?
I hate
all those skinny fat people.
I hate the looks I get when I go to the local Chuck's here and I get like the 25-ounce steak, and everyone's like giving me the look. I'm like, hey, I'm eating, okay? So just mind your business.
Dude, my brother-in-law. So I grew up. My sister and I obviously went to high school together, and she married her high school sweetheart. And this kid is shredded. He looks like a Nazi experiment, right? He's like I'll send you a picture of this kid. He can rip off like 30 pull-ups with no Donnie knows him. The kid's like he just
makes me so angry every time.
Doesn't even work out, right? So his thing is, he says to me one time, he's like, oh well, he's like, making fun of me, giving me a hard time about like, he's like, oh, you're putting on the pounds again or something like that. I'm like, dude, here's the thing. I can always lose weight, but you can never get better hand-eye coordination. Your hand-eye coordination is a fucking joke. I'm like, I'm like, you either have that or you don't. So apparently.
This kid walks by a gym and puts on 5 pounds of muscle.
Dude.
Doesn't even go in.
His sisters are like, it literally looks like Hitler just was like, the perfect people I was talking about? Let's just shit them out here.
Here they are.
It's like, yeah. They're like ridiculous.
So just reminding people that are watching,
Hitler on this today, but
you can make comments in the chat, and for the guys, you can ask questions, whatever. We're up for. I think we're up for anything here.
Yeah, if anybody wants to guess on how many beers I've had to this moment, if you guess within 2, I'll give you a Doghouse hat.
I'm gonna go with 8.
Since I have seen you have 2, I think since we started, I'm gonna say 19.
Well, I can tell you, I can give you 2 hints. One, I had 3 in the garage. I had 2 in the front yard.
That's not a hint. That's the answer.
Hold on, I'm getting there. I had 1 on each side of the boards for the deck around that I threw a 57. And then I had 2 upstairs, and now I think I'm on my 4th, whatever that is. You do the math, and then figure that out.
So you're at like 16 right now.
First person to ask or just guess, you get a hat. How's that sound? I don't remember.
So going back to see, Clark says, my cousin says 9. Clark says 15.
I think I think we're probably around the dozen mark. We're around a baker's dozen right now.
But we're just kind of going back in the chat. And my cousin Bennett said, even without masks, you're still handling the same bags, hitting the same boards. Which I think for most of us, if we know the person, we have that. It's that comfort level we have with that person, right?
I can't wait. Don't bother go ahead, Donnie.
Here's the problem. You had the choice too, and this is not an ACL thing. This is a society thing. Yep. You had the choice between the mask or the shield. All right, the shield does not protect you from everything. It just protects you from somebody sneezing on you. Health professionals use both.
We got a health professional here.
They have to use both. You have to use the shield and the mask. I know we do.
No, but seriously,
he's a health professional.
You know. So what do you say?
No, he's right. No, he speaks the truth. If he wasn't speaking the truth, I would have already called him out on it.
Yeah.
Listen to your guys' episode. But he's right. It's true.
Yeah. And your wife works at the Cleveland Clinic, right?
Correct. Yes.
This is a fact. So you are you're more dialed in than anybody on here.
Oh.
To what is?
Yeah, my wife works on like the floor for like where all this stuff's going on.
Yeah,
I'm pretty dialed in. I know that this is all a government conspiracy. Let's open everything back up.
Central.
Listen, let's open up. This is all horse shit.
Fuck, man.
It's all horse shit. China's just trying to take over the government. They're blowing shit up left and right.
Sheeple.
Donnie, you use the term.
It's been pretty okay. You dirty mask people, though. My God, like wash your hands.
No, that's my city. It's my city. My city is like the epicenter of the friggin' state.
That's crazy, man.
By the way, do you see? I don't know if you saw the garage video, but check out this shirt.
Oh, I saw it. Yeah, I loved it. Every second.
Doug, the big thing for me though during this whole thing, I want to get off the ACL thing because I really could give a crap less. It's about all these people that have been quarantined in their house for so long. People are going stir.
Me and Dane weren't around in '84 though. So
you're lost. You're lost. My gain.
I was 11.
Donnie was 36 in '84.
He's like fucking Benjamin Button.
But I'm gonna bring us down a little bit. I'm gonna get a little serious right now. Like all these people that are quarantined, and all these people like people that need people right now, they're suffering in other ways right now because they need that social interaction. They need people around them. So, whatever we can do to reach out to each other and to reach out to those people that need some sort of interaction and make sure they're okay, as a community, because cornhole is a community. I don't give a crap what letter is at the end of the league you play in. I could care less. We need to take care of each other to make sure everybody's okay to get us through this. Because
Donnie, I wish that you had one thing playing right now. Just "We Are the World" in the background. Just very subtly. Like while you said that whole speech, that would have been beautiful.
Listen, I am not an emotional person, but the one thing I have realized during this whole quarantine thing, I get sucked in by these stupid kid and pet videos on Facebook and like turn into a puddle of tears.
You and my wife, dude. Jesus Christ.
Dude, I don't know. I think maybe Miller Lite has got like some friggin' goddamn estrogen in it or something right now.
Dude,
because
I'm telling you, my anger level, right, is like I'm just like I get so angry recently, right? So nobody from my hometown will watch this or listen to it. And if they do, whatever, I don't care. But so I live in this city called Melrose, Massachusetts. We're about 10 miles north of Boston.
very food.
And yeah, it is. It's like suburban.
I heard you're bougie. It's all
It's
right.
a suburban white. I grew up here, right? And it wasn't like that when I grew up, but it has become like that, right? Suburban, very like, very white community. So this girl who I went to high school with, who's now like has apparently pointed herself as like the fucking mayor of like Melrose on her Facebook page. I hate this girl. She annoys the shit out of me. If this goes, by the way, if this gets heard, I basically have to move.
Brendan, remember, we don't say names anymore. No more names.
But
He just
she
said
started
this
running
girl.
this thing.
She'll never know.
She's like, oh, like all these businesses are struggling, which they are, right? So I'm very sensitive to that. I mean, I own a business. I'm sensitive to it. She's like, they started this campaign called Melrose Strong, which is shirts that say Melrose Strong, right? So you're appropriating. First of all, I hate Boston Strong. I hate that whole term. You're appropriating a term that was created about a terrorist attack where children lost their lives, so that we can get our Kraft donuts in the morning, right before we go off to our we stop at the country club to pay the dues. Like, don't like just.
But wait a minute. Before you do that, you have to get in your $80,000 SUV.
Dude, I went
drive
up.
to get your craft.
My wife was reading in her bedroom the other night. I went up 3 times to rant and rave about this, and she's like, "You need." She's like, she was laughing, but she's like, "You need to relax. You are getting." She's like, "I feel your heart rate like just ticking up." You know what I mean? You haven't been treating your body very well, so.
So I'm
You
thinking,
just need Atlanta Suburbans and Thule.
Donnie would rather hear growing Melrose.
Yes. grow the suburb, grow the game. By the way, this guy Donnie, did I tell you this guy moving in? I think maybe I talked about this on the show. There's a
The guy
person
next door with the kids.
who just sold the house. The guy has the same fucking last name as me.
Yep.
No shit.
That'll be fun.
So I looked into his garage today because they dropped a couple things off the other day, but they haven't moved in. And he had the only thing he has in his garage is like a couple sleds for his kids, and then his like pretty sweet golf clubs. So
Nice.
I said to my wife, I said to Maggie, I'm like, listen, I want to take those golf clubs out of there because it's not locked. And I'm like, I'll take the golf clubs, throw them in the garage. And then when they start moving in, I'll like come out and be like, hey, what's up? Be like, introduce myself, and then be like, I'm going golfing, and I'll take his golf clubs out of my garage and then like put them in my trunk. And then he's like, are those my clubs? I'm like, no, bud, I've had these for years. But they say like his name on the side. Like, and he just realizes I just moved into a horrible situation. Like, this kid's a fucking psychopath next to me.
Shit.
I got lots of ideas of how to torture this kid.
Honestly, my only question is, how do you know the
Jesus
garage
Christ.
is unlocked? Did you test it?
It's Melrose. Nobody locks shit in Melrose.
Dude, I don't lock my house. You can break in here and steal my fucking hat collection.
My wife
My
still
dog
yells
does
at me because when I get in my house, I lock everything. She's like, "You don't live in Somerville anymore. Stop locking shit behind you."
Yeah. Well, yeah, you don't want to be not locking your doors to Somerville because you get robbed in a second by a guy like
I'm going to
Donnie.
go a bit back in the chat. And Mark, my partner and I are coming down to camp at Presqu'île, and we'll take on you and Ben probably sometime once we can actually move and be able to do stuff.
Where are you going?
Up to camp?
It's like camping in Presqu'île. Mark is in the chat here, and he wants me to come out and play against Ben and him in a game.
Is that Presque Isle?
Yeah, it's called Presqu'île. It's a little island in Ontario here.
Oh, I thought that was Presque Isle, Maine. I was going to say, whoa.
Let me ask you this, Doug.
Presque Isle,
Doug,
family up there.
Pennsylvania.
let me ask you this because this is going to make me unbelievably feel better about my life. What is the top temperature that you get like in the summer?
We hit like high 90s.
Oh, what the fuck? That doesn't make me feel any better about my life.
It's only like 1 month a year, but
Yeah, it's the same here. Jesus.
Yeah.
Might as well move to
Same.
Ontario, I guess.
That's what I'm
They're on the
saying.
same, what is it, longitude or latitude? I forget from like 5th grade, but they're pretty much
yeah,
at the same level as us.
I can go 3 hours south to the southwest and on the same latitude as Northern California.
Oh, whatever. Jesus, I don't know any. By the way, my geography is like it's just dog shit. Right? I don't know anything.
I didn't even know Carolina or California had a north. Like, come on now. I thought it was just California, but that's all right.
And
Northern California is where more of the hippies go because they get closer to Seattle.
Closer to Seattle, yeah. Portland's
Dude,
stopping.
Seattle. Here's a quick 60 to 90 second story that Donnie will appreciate. Maybe somebody else will.
You have 60 to 90 second stories?
This might take 3 minutes. We'll see.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's horse shit.
When I first moved back here, I worked at Home Depot at nights because I was like starting my own business, trying to make money on the side, whatever. So, anyways, there were kids that worked. It was the Chelsea Home Depot. Chelsea, Massachusetts is a pretty rough and tumble place. Would you say that, Donnie?
Chelsea by the Bay?
Yes. It makes some of them look like Beverly Hills. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
So this kid was like that I worked with was like, hey man, he's like, we're going at lunch, and I was like, he had a heart attack. This kid was 25. He had a heart attack like the week before, right, or 2 weeks before. He probably did like a boatload of blow, right, and like had a heart attack. But his doctor told him So, anyways, we're getting steak tips, and he goes, hey bro, he goes, can you pick me up steak tips? I'm like, yeah, I can pick that up for you. And he goes. He goes, dude, can you tell him to cook them like well done? And I'm like, well done steak tips, dude. I'm like, that sucks. And he goes, dude, my doctor told me I need them brown in the middle. I can't have no red meat, bro. I'm like, dude, I think you missed the, I think you missed the fucking idea of red meat.
So
shit, that's funny.
Well, Hulk is also saying in the chat here that he thought that he asked if this was an ACL podcast what we were talking about, but I think he wants to talk about some other stuff.
Well, wait.
I've never heard of the other stuff that I think he wants to talk about.
Here's the problem with the Bruiser Review guys, because they can't be on here today because their egos are too big to fit on the screen with all of us. So they need to come on next week? So like we can fit their egos in?
Yeah, I don't know if the screens are big enough.
Listen, I'll tell you this right now. I love them. They are my sensitive cousins.
Hey, listen, we're not breaking the fourth wall right now. We're not breaking the fourth wall.
No, I do. I gotta say this too, by the way. I will say that out of all the things that who's crinkling like chips?
I'm not sure if it's Sean. If it's your mic, that's a bit crackly there.
Do you hear all that feedback?
Yeah, we're hearing crackly.
Yeah, Donnie?
Crackly.
It's not me, I don't think.
I think
You got Donnie cleared up beforehand.
Donnie, mute yourself for 1 second. I'll tell you if it's you. Nope.
A little bit.
Nope.
Hold on.
Sean, I think it's you.
Hold on.
I'm being told that he just needs to lift his phone. It's making popcorn. I got no idea what the hell that means.
Who needs to lift his phone? Sean?
Sean.
Sean, lift your phone up. Lift it up.
Oh,
Get it off your pee-pee.
Oh, it's gone.
It's gone
Right?
now.
Now
Nope.
it's back.
Now it's back.
Because he lowered it back down.
Sounds like somebody's like typing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's got an old?
By the way, this is the part of this is the part where
Yeah, it's like anytime that you talk for me.
I'm losing you now.
Yeah. Get better
What's going
Wi-Fi,
on?
bro. Come on now.
Yeah, Cleveland Cornhole Wi-Fi.
Excuse me. I'm on Cleveland Cornhole.
All right, let me ask this question. First of all, by the way, Doug.
Yep.
Let me say that I threw my octane bags today.
Oh yeah.
My whole shots, and they were lovely. I enjoy that bag very thoroughly. So
I still need to get the whole shots, man. I need to try
You're
those
actually
out.
sold out right now of whole shots.
Yeah, I know. I'm not in a rush. I love your other two bags, so I figured whenever you guys get them back in, just hit me up and I'll buy a set.
So, what's open up there? Let me ask you that, Doug. What's open? Like, what's the deal up there?
We actually just started to kind of reopen stuff now. So, we're kind of everything has been like curbside pickup. So that's been all good, but we're starting to kind of open up. Trying to think,
Hold on, Sean. Do you have a fucking transistor
Sean,
radio over there? What is going on?
Like,
Wait, what's up?
Do you have headphones in? Sean, do you have headphones in? Put some headphones in and talk to us.
No, now you
Shit's
can't hear anything.
feedbacking. It's because he
All right.
lifted it up.
Let me talk about this. Wait, 1 second. Hold on. This is a good. Jesus Christ! I feel like I'm at the movies and I'm like they're just cracking.
Eating in our fucking ear.
Like either somebody's cracking stick or like making popcorn in the background. All right, check these bags out. By the way, Jake Childs, look at these. Jake Childs, Native Cornhole money bags. Now listen, hold on.
They look sweet.
You're gonna notice something. You can see the CCC, Central Connecticut, very well.
Yes.
You can see brews and reviews, great. Hold on, where is it?
It's right there. We got it.
But you can't. You have trouble making out the Dogcast and the Big Asp. I'm apparently sending a message. All right, that we're persona non grate, as Donnie would like to say.
No, I think it's more. I think it's more that we don't need the recognition.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, he doesn't need to throw it our way. Yeah, we're fine. Plus, I mean, I feel like I like our odds in this as well as you guys.
I like your odds. I'll tell you. Let me ask you this though. More importantly, Doug, back to the bottom line. When do we think we're going to be playing a blind draw again? I mean, when's that happening? Like,
we got word that we can go back playing up here June 29th.
Nice.
So
all right, that's not. I can handle that. I mean, I'm sure it'll be.
That's if our curve stays going down the way it is.
So with that,
Yeah.
have they come out and said what that will look like?
Yeah. Like, does that mean like?
I think we're back full bore.
Full bore?
So yeah, because we're going to be playing in a bar.
Brendan, get your passport ready.
I'm in.
That better.
We'll pick up the big ass boys.
Much better.
We'll pick up the big ass boys on the way through. We're up
do it.
Canada.
Sean, how's that microwave popcorn?
Did it just sound like someone was chewing chips in our ear?
I think it was I didn't have headphones in before.
Yeah, we have no idea up here, right? Donnie, by the way, our governor, he's not like this guy couldn't open a screen door if he tried. Like he's not going to open shit. Like
no, dude, he's like no, he's a screen door on a submarine.
Two things happened during his press conference today. Okay, one, he basically said we're not opening anything and I'm not answering anything until Monday, and then you'll find out when nothing's going to be opened again, right? And then two, I kept looking at his suit, which was blowing like a fucking American flag in the wind, and I'm like, I have to throw Ghost today, and I'm going to fucking blow. Like, that's the two things I got from that. My life is over, and my Ghost game is going to be brutal. Like, that's all I got from it.
But no, here's the biggest problem with our state, and here's what I'm going to say, and I'm going to offend a lot of people right now. Our state sucks because nobody can agree with each other, and it's the biggest bunch of liberals that just want to fight about everything. Dude, if you tell them the sky is blue, they will fight with you and tell you it's purple. They just need to. I'm changing Massachusetts' name to Karen. It is now the state of Karen.
Here's the thing: so many nerds that you stuffed into lockers in your life crawled out of their lockers and then showed up in the town that you live in now in Massachusetts with all these opinions.
Tech companies in Cambridge.
Yeah, and they're like, well, you know what? Like, if you don't use the green bags on Sundays, but then like I'm gonna put you in a green bag and I'm gonna suffocate you to death. Like, that's what I'm gonna do. Like, well, if you pick up, like, do you have these Facebook pages that are like community pages?
Mr. Hearn, you put the wrong stuff in your recycling bins. That can't happen again.
My wife, by the way. So here's a good story. Like I've said, I'm a fat kid, but I go up and down all this weight, right? So I lost like 35 pounds a couple of years ago, and then like I went to the school, and there were two guys standing together. One who I kind of know, the other guy I don't know. This is my kid's elementary school, and the guy says to me, one of the guys goes, "Brendan, come here for a second." I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" He goes, "Hey, how'd you?" I was super hungover when this happened too. By the way, it was like 8 a.m.
I don't believe it.
And he goes, "How'd you lose all that weight?" And I go, "Dude, honestly," he goes, "You've been working." I go, "Honestly," I started doing blow again, and I'm like, it just fell off, and like kind of laughed. I made it known that it was a joke, you know what I mean? Like, but the other guy looked at me like, and then I realized like that guy doesn't think like that is nothing funny to that guy about that, which made it funnier to me. So then when I got home, right at like 8:30 in the morning, and I'm like ready to go to work,
kick your ass?
I'm telling her the story. I'm laughing so hard, and she's like, she's like, I think it's funny. I know you think it's funny. She's like, but we have to see these people at like events. I'm like, no, we don't, because we have to go to those events. I'm like, and I hope that guy does think like I'm a blowhead. Like, I think that's awesome. Like, if that guy's like, that guy's got a cocaine problem. Like,
because you know someday he's gonna hit you up.
Dude, every time you say it, you should just do this.
Yeah.
She's like, what's up, buddy?
Meacham special. Meacham's always he's like looking around for it. He's like, he said in my video I did tonight, he's like, sniffing, huh? Like, I'm like, dude, what do you like? I mean, look, you know, what are you gonna do? Donnie's going to hookups. What's that?
I seen my video Monday. I'm like sitting outside and it's like
I watch it.
Nothing degrees, and I'm like just shaking like I'm needing another one. It was just crazy. I couldn't stop, and then I couldn't stop talking.
I decided last night I'm done. I'm done with concerning myself with anything about my health and well-being until I'm shaking hands with people again. Because I like was in this thing where it's like I said, like I'm always kind of fighting, like stay in shape, all that stuff. And then like last night, I'm like, what do I give a shit? I'm like, I'm married. It doesn't matter. I'm not like, you know what I mean? Like, who cares? Like, whatever. Like, I play cornhole. I'm like, kind of a dump. Like, whatever. You know what I mean? So, anyways, I'm going with that. Like, that's the new T-shirt we're gonna come out with. It's gonna say, I play cornhole. I'm kind of a dump.
So, Doug, back to the chat.
Yep.
John Clark. Doug can get into Big Mouths Part 3. In Big Mouths Part 3, we're opening it up.
Oh yeah.
Big Mouths 2 is the revenge tour. Big Mouths 3. We may vote on who we'll let in. Doug will let in because we like him.
Yeah, let me tell you what Sean Asp is very good at. There's only like a couple things. One of them is being a physical therapist, apparently. Apparently, one's being a physical therapist, right?
Hey, he helped my hip. He helped my hip.
He did, yeah.
Keep going.
The other thing is he's very good at being a dick, but then all of a sudden reeling it back in and being kind of nice and then making you feel like, oh, I'm not mad at him because he's really actually nice, but even though he was kind of mean for a minute. Like, that's what you're good at.
Faxel yo-yo. Faxel yo-yo.
I've been dealing with it my whole fucking life.
And then pushes you back out.
Like, I'm telling you, I was driving down the highway the other day, and you were talking about how, I mean, it's very obvious that, you know, me and Dane are going to win. I'm ready to, like, pull the car, like, into the next car over and just kill, like, an innocent family. I'm so mad. And then you're like, I like Brendan's garage videos. And I'm like, oh, I kind of love the kid again. I'm like, I got to give it up for him again, you know? And then I talked to Dane. Dane said, yeah, that's what Sean's good at. He's kind of a dick, but then he's a nice guy. And he makes
Dude, those guys from the PBA are going to have his skull in one of those freaking bowling balls.
How have we not, by the way, we've been waiting for this. We've been waiting for this moment. Let us talk
Sean,
about
it's time.
the beef.
Unleash the beast.
Yes. So, listen, man, it came out. It's so innocent. Like,
wait, before you start, I just have to say, the Dogcast is pro PBA. We love pro bowlers.
Hey,
right, go ahead.
We never said we didn't either.
So I was on Twitter, you know, just promoting the show, and I just happened to see somebody had posted something. I don't know, it came up on the main news feed or whatever, and somebody had posted a picture of this weekend's event, saying, basically making fun of it. This guy, Big Mike, was saying, you know, how is this going on, but pro bowling doesn't? You know, how is ESPN having this? So I posted that meme. You know what I mean? The guy looking over his shoulder, checking out the other, the hot chick, and so the ESPN bowling, ready? Ha ha. I had no idea this motherfucker was a podcast host for a bowling podcast. No idea. So I just comment, and then he sent that whole thing, and I'm like, this guy's fucking, you just said squat up on me? Are you fucking serious right now? Like, listen, man, if you want to squat up like this, like, listen, the cornhole community, we're small, but we're mighty. And, like, if you want to squat up, let's go. So we just kind of went back and forth. And now me and Dane are going to go on their show next week, like, and defend cornhole. And he wants to have, like, a town hall debate, kind of which is better. And, hey, bring it on.
Well, I mean,
I'm doing
obvious,
my research.
It's obvious what's better. I mean, we know that.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why I know that. Because at its core, I don't give a shit about the game. It's the same thing. I don't know if you guys listened to the interview I had with Chris Meek from Local Bags.
Yeah, I listened to it. Yeah.
His point about the whole water skiing thing, and just for anybody who's listening who didn't listen, Chris Meek owns Local Bags, and his dad was like the best water skier apparently ever in the world, and people used to go train with his family. And like his point was like the barrier to entry is like you have to have $100,000 ski boat, and you got to have a house on a lake. And the thing about cornhole that is paramount and just is unbelievable about it is that it is barrier to entry is $400, and you can have the same equipment that pros have that will last you for like 5 years. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
Well,
so
But a great water skier is a guest we've had on recently.
Bob Marley.
Bob Marley, great water skier. He goes.
By the way, I sent him a message about that.
He
I'm
goes
like, we
up-
know
but-
Chris Meek's dad, so
All I have to say is to become a pro bowler. Let me read you this. I'm going to read this off of the intertubes. Before you can even consider applying for membership, you must fulfill at least one of 3 qualifications. An average of 200 or better, with a minimum of 36 games bowled
I like this.
in your most recent league season, average of 190 or better in a sports league sanctioned, wait for it, by the United States Bowling Congress. Did they take
man.
3 months off too
They
at
have
the
a
end of
whole
the year?
Congress?
See,
Mic drop.
I'm going to tell you right now. Here's the thing I love about that, and I think Donnie, this is what I love about Donnie. This is where like I feed off Donnie's intelligence, because this is what we need. I feel like in cornhole, you should have to be throwing a consistent like 95 deck around, or like have won this amount of tournaments regionally or whatever it is. There should be some barrier entry. It should be like, you got $1,000 and you're a nice guy and you think you're hot shit. Great, you can play a pro like event like.
Yeah.
Wait, no,
get
but you do
murdered
have to write a letter too. You got to write a letter to saying why you should be a pro.
for bowling.
Yeah.
No, for cornhole.
Oh yeah. Or somebody writes a
You're
letter
kind
for
of
you.
top, whatever.
Or you just
Like,
sign somebody
Donnie,
else's
what's
name
the-
to it.
What's the third stipulation?
bowling,
You said
you know,
there was
here's the
3.
thing,
You only
it's like-
named 2.
It's not. He was actually like legitimately trying to justify it. You know what I mean? First of all, that they're athletes and they have to play 80 games and stuff like that. It's like, dude, I used to do that in middle school. You know what I mean? Like the cosmic bowling shit was awesome.
Come on,
Like,
you were
know what I mean?
cracking
Like,
stick in
the
middle
neon
school. We
lights
know
and
that
all,
story.
absolutely
Wait a minute,
cracking
wait a minute,
stick
wait a minute. I got it. Wait a minute. The
bowling
third point
cosmically.
is you gotta win cash in a professional bowlers association regional tournament. So I guess it's just like cornhole. You just have to pay.
Yeah, exactly. You pay and you're good.
Yeah, and then you
Really
get
good.
you can get the absolute floor wipes with you by like Tanner Halbert or whoever the guy is, you know, like who throws a
If you want
casual
to hear
one.
anything
guys,
more
I
boring
gotta-
than a cornhole podcast, listen to a fucking bowling podcast.
Well,
I tell
you know what's
I
funny? The
believe
reason
it.
I knew they were bowling podcasts was because when I was going to start this podcast, I was like, "Is there like a fucking darts podcast?" You know what I mean? Like, I was like,
Yeah.
"Are there podcasts
I'm
for these
sure. I know
ridiculous
it.
niche things that we're doing?"
There's got to be a pool podcast.
I do
Oh,
have
I'm
to
not
say
talking
though,
like poolside. I'm talking like billiards.
Pete Weber is
He's
the
a
bad
legend.
guy at bowling.
That guy's a legend.
Oh yeah,
He's a legend.
responded
He
to
is
our
nasty. I would not want to play that guy.
He's like a Matt Guy of like.
No, hell no. I
But he's
wouldn't
kinda
want
more
to
of
see
a
it.
badass.
That's exactly why I posted that post on Facebook.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Here's a good question. I'm gonna ask you this, Doug, first.
Yep.
You have to pick 4 players in a crew cup to play
Yep.
for you. You're not playing with them, right? You don't know who they're gonna face. But if they lose the crew cup, you're getting shot in the face afterwards, immediately. Like you're getting a shotgun to the fucking dome. And by the way, it's gonna be like in front, it's gonna be in front of your whole family, right? It's gonna be horrible. So you need 4 players like to go to war for you, and that's your life depends on it.
Brendan, this
This is gone. By the way, this whole video's gone down like a really weird road. Like,
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
that was
All right, who do you got?
that's real dark.
I
Who do
will
you
say
got?
Let's go back to the
actually happened
tactical
here, too.
axe video. I mean, come on, what the hell's going on
who
here?
do you have? Who do you have?
Well, if I'm going with playing right now, I'm gonna have Graham and Maudlin for sure because they're just on fire,
Yeah,
right?
I think you're dead already. All right, go ahead. Keep going.
And if it's anybody, I'm gonna have the guys on there for sure.
All right, so you're going Matt Guy, Brett Guy,
Yep.
and Maudlin and Graham. All right.
But wait a
okay.
minute, what are your matchups though? If they're your crew cup team, who's on what side of the board?
They
So you
got to
gotta have
face
the
us.
guys together, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't
opposite.
think so. I think you split them up.
I would split them
Yeah,
up.
they throw
Both teams
facing
up.
each other. Yeah.
All right. You know what I'm gonna do?
Jamie with Frank, and then Brett with or no, Jamie with Brett. I would do.
By the
I
way,
want to go Jamie
Yeah.
with Matt, and then Frank and Brett together.
But I think
Yeah.
Jamie and Brett would get along. I think they'd be.
I'll tell you
good
what.
chumps.
Right now, after what I saw last week, like, give me like some Roger out of his backyard, Matthew Morton, and like 2 other random guys, like, and I'll go to war. Like Matthew Morton threw with confidence that like literally like. By the way, Jay Rubin.
Yep.
Let me give you a message. That was MJ confidence. What he was doing out there was that was Last Dance confidence. Okay, I'm never gonna let this go. Jay Rubin followed the Dogcast today, so I know he's like clued into the fact that I'm giving him a hard time. But like saying that you like compare. I always have compared myself to Michael Jordan. Would be like, as I said, I've always compared myself to John Holmes because we both have had sex with people at some point. Like that is the only comparison. It's the only thing. Like we both played an athletic event at one point, right? Like that is the only thing that we have in common about that.
Doug,
right?
you've lost control.
Oh, I think the beers have lost control.
All right, I'm gonna shut up.
Going back to Sean, when he said that the squat up, all I could think of was Woody Harrelson like changing on his arm in Kingpin.
One of the best movies ever, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was thinking more of that cheerleading movie for Sean. That what's it? I forget what the hell the name of it is, where they're friggin' doing their chair dancing crap. I'm gonna find it right now.
Yeah, I don't know what that
like. I'm not real up to date on my,
what are you talking
cheerleading
about?
movies, Donnie, but it's all
I
right.
know. I seen a ballerina video yesterday, but I'm not sure. What that
Sean,
one.
that was
Easy.
you, buddy. That was beautiful.
That was kind of right
Laura's
up there
going to laugh at me,
with Drew Brown's TikTok video of him dancing as well. I would think.
By the way,
well, I didn't have.
Bring it on! Bring it on is the
Drew,
movie.
I
That's what Sean's about. Bring it on.
I think also that Drew Brown is also on the he's also on the quarantine diet, by the way. It looks like he put on a few pounds. He's been on the like stay at home just eat meatloaf diet like me. Like it's like
I'm also gonna say with Drew Brown, if he is watching, he put up some bulletin board material on his one little video he put on Facebook saying that it's gonna be an American win the next WCO event, that Canada isn't gonna be around to see it. So he's putting some of that bulletin board material up for us. We got one guy who thinks
Doug, it's not hockey.
Well, hey, but we got one guy who could probably do good down there, except he's not allowed in the States right now. And so
who's that?
Jeff Shantz is one really great player up here.
Did he like kill
Was he
somebody or
smuggling
something?
maple syrup or something?
Yeah. So we're
I love it. I love when somebody's not allowed. Like it's like, oh, like
He's like the
I'd be the
OD
best player ever, but he
Cornhole.
can't cross state lines. Like,
It was like my girlfriend in Canada in high school.
yeah, nobody knew her. You wouldn't know her. You wouldn't know her, man. It's before Facebook.
But you're not allowed to see her, so it's all right.
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't know who she is.
Trevor Huber in the chat. He knows all about Jeff Shantz. He's a great story. We just need to get him into the smuggling in the States.
You get this guy in the States. By the way, this guy's my new favorite cornhole player. This guy can't cross
Wait a minute.
the country line.
You know what he did?
Like-
I know what he did. He defaced a loony or a toonie.
Oh, he
I don't
can be
know what that
in Canada. It's the other side.
That's that currency.
Oh,
He's hiding bodies in the basement too.
yeah. He was like in a curling incident, like back in like '97.
He
by the way,
he
have you ever
released the
seen
rock after the line, so he's been disqualified from coming into.
Have
the
you
States.
ever seen the? I'm sure I gotta assume Doug's seen it, but maybe he hasn't. The Netflix series Losers, which is all about like different first place, like people who lost in a big, huge sporting event, and there's a whole one on curling that focuses on like the '80s curling scene in like Canada, and I'm like,
Yeah, I haven't seen that
I'm
yet.
like, nothing's more intense than the Canadian curling scene, like in the '80s. Like I'm like watching this
watching
thing,
that
being
tonight,
like,
for
let
sure.
me curl on this court with these guys right now on this ice.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
We've had a couple big curling events in town here that I had to work. That's the
Really?
one I worked at, and it was pretty intense.
Yeah.
They have like
I wanna
local
try it, man.
curling clubs in their neighborhoods. Like at the end of the where we have VFWs, they have curling clubs.
You can't drink when you curl though. I don't think that's like a thing.
No, your
Hey,
beer
I call
freezes to the ice.
bullshit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not while playing.
Well,
Definitely
you just
the
have a
only
cocktail.
sport-
It's all right.
It's definitely the only. By the way, I can't believe I just asked Doug like what crew cup you would go with, or you get shot in the face with a shotgun.
I know that won't happen in Canada, right?
Oh my god, that is ridiculous.
But now, would you, seeing something, Sean, you may have seen it this afternoon on that there's the one new group on Facebook, Cornhole Friends or something like that. Some guy on there,
Fiends.
is it, I'm not sure. I wasn't paying attention. I was at work. But I did see some guy on there selling 3 sets of 8 kill shots
Dude,
for $2,600. Or it might take a little more to get them.
And he said that he's already gotten that offer. Already got an offer for $2,600, but he wanted to see what else was out there.
Yeah, but that's what I say all the time when I'm trying to sell something. Yeah, somebody already else offered me $2,500, but I'm trying to see what else is out there.
Dude, I'm actually lowballing them.
Are people insane?
They're Series 1 though. Crazy. They're Series 1 kill shots.
Oh, perfect. Awesome. Can't wait.
The big problem with this bag market right now is all these guys now, they all got their 420 bags, right? Yeah. And they got their roll-up papers, they got their cigarette lighters, they got their fruit roll-ups or Rice Krispie treats, whatever came with them. And these guys are now trying to sell them for like triple or like quadruple the price.
Let me tell you what.
Without the rolling papers, like no, if I'm going to pay that much money, you better give me the rolling papers because I got to be high to pay that kind of
rolling
money.
Papers. God damn it!
No, but I got to be high to pay that kind of money.
Sean and I had an offline conversation. Was it yesterday morning? Right?
Yeah.
Just a tender phone call. Your average 9 a.m. just heart to heart. But we were talking about it.
Those. What the fuck? We're brothers.
We were talking about it, and here's my thing. It's like I'm kind of getting to the tipping point with the bag thing for me, where it's like, and it does not have anything to do with the fact that like I have. Well, although my wife did say you have to find some place to put these bags at some point, but like I've got enough. You know what I mean? I have kill shots. I have Vipers. I have these things. I'm just not like into like I need a limited release version of this bag. First of all, who's going to see it? My kid? I can't go out of the house. So who gives crap what I have? You know what I mean? Like, Second of all, throws the same. Like, I don't know. I do think we're getting to a point where it's like, $100 for 4 bags. It's like, dude, $100 for 4 bags. Like, I know how much it costs to make bags. It doesn't cost that much. So it's like, I just think at some point, like, rather than, especially right now, like, I think it's a bad look to be like, I want $100 for the special edition of these bags, and you're going to pay it, and you're going to sell them out fast, and we're going to brag about it when people are losing their jobs, and the bags don't cost that much.
But I think you guys talked about this today, where like all these people that are complaining about bag raffles, like all these manufacturers, but these guys are getting custom bags or custom colors. You can't even get on the damn website.
It's fucking ridiculous, man.
It's bullshit.
But Donnie, they're not a part of the raffles. They're not part
come
of
on.
the raffle. Wow,
Listen,
how would they ever be part of the raffles?
This is
Brendan,
the
you got to
biggest,
hear that rant. We went
it's
off on
the
our podcast.
biggest bullshit conspiracy in the background.
Listen, I admitted on our episode today during my rants, okay, I went full circle. The first time I went out there, I defended Ultra when they first came out with the $125 charge for the bag. I got it. Like, okay, like, listen, if you want to try the strategy to defer it, let's see if it works. That was 4 fucking months ago, all right? Time to wrap that shit up. And then the biggest thing to me is still that slap in the face where you go to their fucking Facebook page. Can I say that on here? I'm not sure. Anyways.
I was already told to watch my mouth by the California cupcakes.
Oh, okay. All right. But seriously, you go to their freaking Facebook page, and it still says $49.95. Are you kidding me? And then you're going to go out there, and then you're going to scold everyone else for doing raffle, and then post all the math.
I'm done. I agree. I'm done.
The good thing though is I can use some lip balm to lube it up when they insert it.
Well, and what gets me into the guys that are selling these bags that are still in the plastic. It's like they bought them just to resell them.
Hey, guess what? I threw these bags yesterday. I could put them in plastic too and sell them as brand new.
Yeah, I love that too. By the way, it's like these things are brand new. I didn't do anything with them. Like,
well, so let me ask you guys. One guy complaining today that his bag was there was a mark on the bag, and he wanted to go back to the company and get a new bag because
I heard that
he can't sell them with this mark on it. Well, okay, well, whatever. Like,
don't fucking sell it.
No, you can sell them with the mark on it because somebody sold a set of goddamn bags with somebody else's name on them for almost $1,200.
Yeah.
33 spots, $33 a spot, somebody else's name on it? I don't want my bags to be named Steve. I don't name my bag Steve. Sorry. Come on. This is complete crap.
Donnie, let me ask you a question. All right? So one of the points we also brought up, too, is... I know it's no secret. Like, you order bags a lot, right? All right. So you've ordered from multiple different companies and everything. What do you think is a reasonable time to wait for bags?
The reasonable amount of time is what that company will tell me what that time is. You know what I mean?
So even if they tell you up front 8 weeks,
If they tell me 8 weeks, I'm okay with 8 weeks because I'm ordering them. I make the conscious decision to order them. So that's on me. That's not on that company. But if on their site it says 7 to 14 days and I order in 21 days, I haven't heard a damn thing, that's a problem to me. But if you're upfront and honest, we say, all right, we said 14 days, but now we have issues with fulfillment and distribution. If you give me so Nick Feinstein with the bags, the boards bags, he was so transparent and honest about what was going on with his company.
Clark is gonna add one.
It was literally, he told us we get them all by Christmas, but something came up in manufacturing. But as soon as he knew that, he literally told everybody what was going to happen and what it was. And if you wanted to back out, you could. He wouldn't hold it against anybody. He'd give you a full refund. The reason I will back his product forever is because of how transparent he was to me.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I agree.
If you're not going to give me that respect as a consumer, as a customer, I'm done. Just give me the real scoop. And if something comes up, let me know what's happening. Just continue to tell me what's happening.
What about the whole customer service aspect?
Oh, Razor bags customer service.
Oh man.
We went off on them too, man.
That's absolutely ridiculous. And you can't come out and say, call everyone snowflakes. All right, the people that are buying your bags, and then be like, "This is how I am. You can take it or leave it." Well, guess what? You can take your fucking bags and shove them up your ass.
But I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it.
I will strangle you with this Reagan and Bush shirt. I will go to Arizona.
I love that, by the way.
I will absolutely choke you out with this thing. This guy's probably going to come to my house and blow my brains out.
But I know, waiting.
Guess what? You're never going to be the real Razor bag that everyone wants. You're not.
I know. Okay? I know when I order from certain companies. I know when I order from certain companies what I'm getting, how long it's going to take me, right? I know Reynolds is going to give me 3 to 4 days, right?
Clark just said Reynolds 4 days. Just saying.
Yeah, but it depends on what I order, which bags it is. It's gonna be there. I know other companies it's gonna take me a little while longer, but I already have that expectation going in because they've been very transparent. To me, transparency is what it's about. Transparency and customer service. Let me know. And I can tell you right now, even with kill shots, is it Carly Halbert?
Yeah. We couldn't remember either.
Yeah.
Carly, it's Carly. It's Carly. But
I double checked today.
She has literally been on the front lines of kill shots, for their customer service. And I know that company's going through some growing pains. They exploded. They've got a new manufacturing facility. They're trying to get it growing. I saw the pictures from Austin today, trying to move into the new place. But that can't replace the commitment you made to everybody else. And she shouldn't have to be the voice of the company. She works for the company.
Okay, here's the thing. You can't. All right. I talked about this with Sean. This does not just apply to kill shots. This applies to any
company. No, any company.
Any company, period. You can't be like, hey, listen, pay me money. And then in 9 months, I'm going to make this product for you. Right? Here's the thing. In the custom guitar world, right? And Doug, your cousin probably knows this.
Yep.
You pay somebody a deposit for a custom guitar that then they put you in a queue for, right? So let's say you want a $5,000 guitar, you pay them $500 to get it, and then you're in their queue or whatever, right? You don't pay the $5,500 usually and then get the guitar 9 years later, you know what I mean, or whatever. I just don't think. I think the one thing I think about Ultra that I do like is that they say, hey, here's 200 sets. Pay us your money. Listen, at least I know I'm getting it within the time frame of whatever.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll give you credit with that. Yeah, absolutely.
I'd rather actually pay more and know that I'm getting them within a time frame than maybe you'll get them sometime when you get them in the mail at some point when you're 29 years older than you are now. I don't want to do that.
So listen, my problem with Ultra is not the price of the bags; it's their justification afterwards. That's where I had the issue.
There's also the same thing with their fucking colored pictures that they
and then trying to throw other people under the bus. And then you posted fraudulent pictures. I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
Right? You knew when those pictures went up; those were not the same colored bags that people were trying to get. They looked way sweeter in your pictures, and then all of a sudden these bags start showing up, and people are, "What the hell is this?" and you go back and you give them all that explanation and all that stuff. Like, great, sweet, but stop coming up with excuses. Just do better.
But
By the way,
Ben's
let's
right.
be- let's
Ben's
be
exactly
clear.
right. It's about time frame, right? Give me a time frame. Tell me what it's going to be, right?
Exactly.
Tell me
the
what's
ones that
going
are calling me, it's then at least I know there's something going on. It's not just no communication at all.
Well, the other part is, I just want to say to all you people out there paying $300 to $400 for a set of bags, in a year or two, you can't throw those damn things because they won't be allowed to be played in a tournament. It's only so long that you can play them before they're like grandfathered or out of the box. So why are you going to pay $400 to $500 for a set of bags? Listen, I love bag art. I'm trying to make that a thing, but I don't want to pay $400 for a set of bags hanging on my wall because in 10 years, it's not going to happen. Nobody's going to pay that money. They're not.
It's not bag art if it has your face on it. That's what you're trying to say.
No, that's bag art. That's freaking bag art. This is the beautifulest space in cornhole.
That's bag art right there.
What's that? What is that?
That's bag art.
It looks like a bag lady. It looks like a bag lady. Is what it looks like.
Whose logo is that?
Then we got that one too.
Hey, by the way, guys,
I got this one too.
Oh,
I don't know if I told you this, Dane and Sean, but that logo really doesn't fit you guys. Okay, so just let's go back to being you guys, all right, and do what I want you to do, and it's not you guys, all right.
Hey, Brennan.
Seriously.
Hey, Brennan. Guess what?
Okay, so just a quick question here too.
So I'm going to answer Ben. I'm going to answer Ben's question.
Okay, you can see it. Okay.
So Ben, they disallow older bags in certain organizations because they are no longer certified. I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to say who it is, but when it comes to a certain point, if that person is those bags are older and they're not paying the fee, those bags get dropped off the approved bag lists. So if I'm playing in that tournament and I say, hey, Doug, you're running this tournament and Sean's bags, they're not on the list.
They're fucking year one Vipers. Get out of here.
Yeah. But if Sean beat us, I can get him basically bumped from the tournament or get his bags disallowed, so he has to switch over to a new set of bags.
I'm not going to hurt him later
down the road.
This is, by the way, that's factual. And can I just one more thing? I want to go back to the Asp logo thing, the logo debate. Right? This would be the equivalent of what this is.
Who?
This would be if I went over to my next door neighbor. I was like, hey, listen, I'm painting people's houses for free. Right? You're just painting your house for free, and I'm a great painter. And then as I'm painting houses and I get to the third house, the guy's like, you know what, dude? I don't like that logo. It's not really you. Like, I know you're painting this house for free, but like that logo sucks. It's like, dude, this is free for you, motherfucker. I decide what the logo is. All right. Like, I don't like that. That's not you guys. Like, dude,
but it's free enterprise. If you don't like the logo, don't buy it. Shut your mouth.
There's nothing to buy.
And guess what?
That's
Plenty of people are buying it. So, I mean,
oh my God.
Like,
hotcakes, dude.
Who?
Hotcakes.
Hotcakes.
Exactly.
The patches.
This guy right here, man.
Yeah, I need a patch, by the way. We all need a patch. So what do I gotta spend? I gotta Venmo you $6. By the way, you know what I'm getting? I'm getting new. I'm getting our patches made, but they're not gonna be anything. They're just gonna be this. That's gonna be the patch.
What about the Ahern McPhee 2020?
Oh yeah, that's why I bought the shirt. We originally were gonna make shirts for Cleveland that said Ahern McPhee 20, and like that was gonna be the whole gig. But unfortunately, the world ended, so now nobody cares about anything. So
I'm gonna answer the last two questions.
Says the only good thing in '84 was Van Halen's '84.
Yeah, listen, Psycho, take the T-shirt off before you jinx him and the band breaks up.
Who said that?
That was in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, people are paying $400 plus for sets, Trevor. People are paying that to throw these bags, still wrapped in plastic, only thrown down and back once, but they're still in plastic.
You pay me like $500, I'll make out like a homeless guy, like in the middle of like Boston, like common, like. It's such an enormous amount of money. I mean, I have done that maybe once, Donnie. Don't look at me that way. All right, don't judge.
Dude, don't go back to Stop and Shop, dude.
Nobody listens to this, right? Nobody listens to this.
$500 is $500.
We have no listeners whatsoever.
$500 is $500.
Most people watch it one time I've ever had on a live show, but nobody ever listens.
By the way, I have to say this too. There's like we go to this place in the summers called Ocean Park, but it's Old Orchard Beach, Maine. Clark will know this. Clark, if he's listening still. Old Orchard Beach is like it is. I mean, time has not touched this place, and like no rules apply. Like they just sell T-shirts with like this is an hour from my house. They sell T-shirts with like Confederate flags, just like ridiculous shit, right? One of the T-shirts that's their biggest seller, right? It says I'm not. This is in every store window, right? It says I'm not gay, but $20 is $20. That's what it says, and they sell this shirt, and I'm like. Nobody has come up here being like, this is not okay. Like you can't, like they never got the memo. Like they're an hour north of Boston, and nobody was like, hey, like people have rights, and like that's not cool to do. I'm like, oh my god, like
Brennan,
go up there before
go up there before that the stand up to cancer tournament. Buy us those. There's our team jersey. Let's go. I'm down.
So Ben, yes, people do pay a yearly fee to get their bags certified to play in certain organizations. You have to have a certification or it does not qualify as an approved bag.
Donnie, how are you seeing these questions?
You got to turn on the chat feature on the bottom.
Chat.
Yeah, there's like 20 down there. Like,
listen, I'm all about this technology.
Yeah. He's getting it. He's getting it.
I have it.
He actually answers questions on the live show.
I'm here for the people. I'm for the people.
Oh, yeah. See, Clock says, keep OOB, stay away. Clock, stay away from my face. I swear to God. I'm like, that kid is so much tougher than me, but I'm ready to take a 9-iron to him if I didn't love him so much.
No,
this kid...
you drop off a 12-pack and then go beat him up.
Oh. Although, I'll tell you what right now.
If a 12-pack would kill him. I watched him.
If I'm gonna fight, I want John Clark coming out of the back because that kid's reach is like he's got like an extra like 13 inches of arm.
Oh no, I don't even want to fight. I just want him standing behind me. There is no fight because nobody's going after us.
All his like every time he gets on any type of live video. For those listening that don't know, John Clark is an ACL pro. He's from Maine. His whatever video we're on, like the video chat, like it always looks like you're getting into a murder video or something. Like it's upwards. It's like his beard.
Yeah, he's always staring down,
like,
just
smoking a cigarette, like in your face. Like you're like he's like disrespecting you through the phone. Like that's what it looks like.
So I need two people behind us when we're talking shit, no matter where we are. I need Jake Crazy Childs on my left shoulder. And I need John Clark on my right because nobody's going to say shit as we're going crazy.
That's true. That's true. And I have to say one thing that Clark said on here, and actually Sean and I talked about this on our little Love Fest conversation yesterday morning. I'm talking about Larry Bird, right? I'm talking about Reynolds bags, okay? I'm talking about a guy who goes in and delivers day in and day out, right? And who you order custom. We have no sponsorship for Reynolds bags. Literally, Jeff Reynolds probably like hates me. For all I know, like I have no idea. But
I don't know if he can hate any human being.
No, but like what I'm saying is that like those bags for what everybody else is doing, yet they're still pumping out I think the best bag all around bag. Like if I had to go to war with one bag, probably Pro Advantage. I mean, in 4 days in Massachusetts, he's sending me custom Larry Bird bags. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think that like if you're just saying like from that standpoint of what is right and what is somebody who's doing business the right way, I do think they're still the company that's doing it the best. That's what I would say.
Yeah, I mean, Brendan, we talked about it on the podcast. I mean, I know we live in Reynolds' backyard, but I finished a custom order with them on Monday. They were delivered to my house in the mail on Tuesday.
So, well, the thing with Reynolds is sometimes when I order bags, I've maybe had.
And Donnie comes from fucking left field 10 minutes later. Like,
I thought you were frozen, Donnie.
Sometimes when I order bags, I've had 10, 12, 13, 12, 18 drinks. And I've messed up putting the logo in or doing other stuff like that. Even with a delay, I still have my bags in 5 days.
By the way, I gave 3 sets of. This is how many bags are in my garage, and I can't even tell you that there are more sets in the VFW where we play that is shut down right now that like I don't even want to take them out of the place. It seems like moving your apartment. I gave the guy who did the landscape and did that work for me today, Donnie. I gave him 3 sets of bags because they were bags that I thought you have to know what type of player you are with a bag, right? We've talked about this extensively on each podcast, right? But like. I actually think the kill shot is perfectly like the best like medium in the middle bag for like Reynolds, Game Changer type guys, whatever, somewhere like
Yeah.
you can always find a guy who can
Yeah,
throw.
it's a happy medium for sure.
But I gave him the sabers because he throws a great he's one of the best players around. If you saw his bag, you'd be like, "Is that guy good?" The guy's like a legend, but he throws he great, really slick bag. So I gave him the sabers. I'm like, dude, I think you could like murder people with these things. Like I can't because I just can't keep the bag really on the board for me when it's depending on the weather. But when I can, they go in like. But I'm like, this guy's gonna kill it with this bag. So the more you know, like what bag is good for you, I think it's half of it, right?
Brother.
Yeah.
Oh, for
Brother.
sure.
Couple things. Ben is saying that it sounds like a cash grab by organizations. It's more of a pissing contest to say, hey, if your bag is being used somewhere else, you can't be used in our league. I think is more of the thing, and I think there's 3 big organizations out there, and they all have like pissing contests. I think more times than not. But
Listen, it becomes a measuring contest for all of these leagues, and as they get bigger and bigger, it becomes worse.
Well, let me tell you what the one thing I realized. This is when 2 things that I have to order. Okay, first of all, talking to Chris Meek yesterday, and I was like talking with the local 450s, and he's like, if you throw a nice hard bag, and he's like, and you got a lot of spin on it, he's like, that's your bag, and I'm like, I'm like, do we really need to do the rest of this podcast? I'm just going to order 450s. Like when I get off this conversation, like I don't even know if that's me, but I need those bags apparently. Like that's how I am.
Put it on my tab.
Yeah, just put it on my tab. But also with the Reynolds, like I just realized I'm like I don't have this on a Reynolds bag. So
There you go.
Looks like I know what I'm doing when I get off this freaking video conference. I'm
Wait,
ordering more
so-
bags.
yeah.
Reynolds.
I know. Looking at the beer I'm drinking, I know I got to do something else. This is. It's only in Canada. This beer here,
What's that?
Locker Room Lager. Okay, it's a hockey thing. Each case of this comes with a roll of hockey tape.
Can I
Let me
bring that
ask you-
back over the border as long as it's below a certain alcohol level? Can I bring it back like XXX?
Well, it's just a regular one here. It's like a regular 5%, I think.
Hey, let me ask you, there's another
4.2.
beer that my buddy brings back from PEI. It's like PJ Keats or like
Alexander Keys.
Alexander Keats. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he brings back like 5 cases
Yeah,
and we smash that in his garage.
yeah.
And,
It's an IPA.
yeah. And we get really drunk and it's awesome. And we talk about Canada.
There's
the
a
whole
theme
time.
to your life. There is a theme to your life.
Garages and
Bro,
like,
back here and got
like-
smashed.
And I'm the one that needs an Uber.
well, Donnie, I'll tell you right now, I can Uber to Lawrence. That's no problem.
No, I'm coming there.
That's right. Donnie has to
Donnie,
get into the
next time,
garage.
just take one of the scooters from Cleveland all the way back to Boston with you.
Dude, I'm going to try
see.
it next time. I'm freaking taking that shit
Yeah.
all the way
So,
back.
Battle of the Big Mouths. I've started
Okay,
coming
yeah,
up with
we'll
some
get on that.
comments.
All right, let's talk Battle of the
I'm
Big Boss.
gonna watch again. Also, I also want to say to people, if you're watching, we've got like 11 people watching, which is like my biggest I've had so far in a live show, which is awesome. But if you
Boom.
make a comment on where you're from, let us know.
Hey, that's
you're at.
trademarked.
Yeah. Does it
You
count
hear what
us
John
five
Clark
as
just said?
watching?
John Clark just said beers are better than snacks, Sean. So that's a fact.
What's that?
John Clark is, by the way, John
Oh, yeah,
Clark,
sure.
there are men, when you see them and you are like me, and it's like Beast recognizes Beast when you see a guy who like, John Clark is one of those guys who like, he came down to our Bloody Mary fest that we had. And like, he looked at me and he's like talking about like, he's like, when you get up in the morning and you need like a little bit of booze just to get started. And he was unsure of it. And I looked at him and I'm like, we met eyes. It was like, oh my God, here we go. I'm like, if I lived in an apartment with this guy, we'd be dead in 3 months. Like done, just cooked.
Actually, you know what?
Like,
I'm gonna say
we throw in cornhole bags. We'd never get laid. Like it would just be like we'd be with perfect strangers, but with cornhole and just death. Like that would
You'd
be
have
what
like
it
a
would
real patchy beard.
be. Worst. By the way, the worst 10-year-old fat kid beard that you could ever grow in your life.
I'm also gonna say that John and I actually met kind of, if you can say it, face to face the first time on Donnie's Zoom chat. And so if anyone's watching, check out Donnie's Zoom chat. It's a great time. But then I think we talked for like 4 hours that other night. And then John and I actually messaged back and forth, like, for another hour afterwards, just talking cornhole.
Well, the reason I do the Zoom chat though is so like I know a lot of people, you know a lot of people. I just put it out there on Facebook. Anybody can join. It's being relabeled as the Cornhole Couch, powered by the Dogcast. So just come and
Ooh.
talk about your cornhole problems or your cornhole needs.
You like?
You get cultured there.
I am not a
I'm glad you
therapist.
didn't put like cornhole couch in the corner.
Yes, I'm not
You
a
know,
therapist, but I play
powered
one
by
on Zoom.
Dogcast.
By the way, I'll tell you this. I need to. I know he doesn't listen to probably this, but I need to. I've added to the list of people that I need to like throw down a party with, like Chris Meek. Like Chris Meek. If you hear that conversation I had with him, like I'm like, I wasn't. I don't know. Whatever you guys know, like Sean and Dane, you know, like when and Donnie, you know too. Like sometimes you interview somebody, it's like, yeah, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it's just not. It's fine. You know what I mean? But like that dude, like we could have gone, dude. The only reason that ended was because I got a call on my cell phone from like a client that I needed to take. That was like an emergency thing, and then he texted me like, "You need to call me now." And I'm like, I would have talked to this guy for like 6 hours. Like he's like,
wait, I have an idea. We'll do this again in another month.
Sure.
And everybody has to bring their survivor list. So if we were all trapped on a desert island, who would be those people? Let's do 5 people that you would bring to your island. 5 other people than you.
From
so
cornhole or just people?
Cornhole.
They have to be cornhole because
cornhole people that you would bring to your island with you. And those
I can do it now.
No, we'll do.
Why are we waiting?
What? We can do it now.
It's better when you do it now.
Okay.
You want me to go?
Rip.
You want me to go?
Go ahead,
do it.
Don't give me 5 people though. Give it 3. 3's better because that's like it's gonna be quicker.
2 on 2. You always like it quick.
I like it quick and I like it 3.
Exclude anyone from this room.
Quick and dirty.
All right, 3 people. It obviously wouldn't be any of you anyways, but 3 people to bring to an island who are cornhole related, and it's based around survival though, not cornhole, correct?
No, cornhole and survival. They have to be cornhole players.
Oh, okay. I can tell you. I can give you my 3. You can't repeat though, right?
Okay.
So I go first. It's awesome. I get Howell. Obviously, the guy's a fucking Marine. Like he just like my only fear would probably eat me like by like the 3rd day, like and kill me. But I take Howell first, right? Because he would definitely be like he would get everything done that you need to get done, right? I'd actually take Clark. He's got pictures of him killing deer, and like I think he could like literally like figure some stuff out that I wouldn't be. My only fear in all this is that I'm definitely getting killed first, like off because I don't have any value. You know what I mean? My only fear. Yeah,
we would all die first.
Yeah, so I take Clark, I take William Howell, and then I take. I almost just did something really mean that I'll say off air. I'll take. That was almost a moment that I just had, and I remember this is live.
Yeah, we don't say other names that are bad. Remember, we've already talked about this.
Yes. All right. So I take those guys, and then
I hope we're thinking the same name.
Yeah, and then I'm taking. I'm gonna take. Lastly, I'm gonna take. You know who I'm gonna take, Donnie? You're gonna love this. Hold on, let me get this thing back in. A favorite guest of ours.
She said
Ben Budu, because I'll tell you what, Ben made Nick basically do all his work for him. So I'm convinced that Ben could make Howell and Clark do all the work for us.
But he helps.
He could make us do. He could make them do all the work, and then me and Ben could like kind of just mosey around, like eat like whatever. Coconuts or something.
You guys gonna hold hands and sing camp songs? What the hell's going on there? You gonna bring your guitar?
All right, what do you got, Donnie? Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna go last.
I want the next 3.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I want the
go
next
ahead,
3.
King.
Let's see. I'm gonna start off with Matt Guy because him and I would have some epic karaoke battles while we're we're out there for sure. Sean, I'm sorry, I called next. That's something.
I cannot hear a word that Dane says.
I can hear.
You can't hear a word I'm saying?
It's got to be a Cleveland thing.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Probably. Yeah.
He took Matt Guy first. He took Matt Guy first. Go
ahead. Second would be Jake Childs.
Jake Childs second.
I
That's a
think
great
that man
pick.
I think he wrestles gators on a regular. And I know that him and I would just be able to party our faces off.
That's true.
And he's an underrated thrower for sure.
Underrated.
Lastly, I mean, we all saw it. I'm just saying, like, I think he's going to break out eventually. Lastly, that's the third one's the hardest, but I think I'm going to go with our boy local here, Timmy Jonas.
Okay.
Him and I have
Timmy
some gay old
Jonas.
times, and I think he's a young gun, so he could be youthful and do all the work for us.
I like that. You got to be able to direct some people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Doug,
I'm
who do
the
you got?
warehouse manager.
Doug, you go next, Doug.
You guys completely
I'm
lost
going-
this game, but Doug, you go next.
I'm going Matt Plow because he makes my bags.
Who is
Yep.
it?
Matt Plow,
Matt
Octane
Plow.
Cornhole, and he sponsors the show and whatever. I'm going with Corey Goldbeck, who you don't know. He's my regular partner. We do like everything together.
Love
So,
it. You live on desert islands together. That's what you're going to be doing there.
Yeah. So, and if we're living on an island, he out fishes me all the time when we're fishing. So he's
Okay.
going to help me eat. And then third, just
PJ Sorrow. PJ Sorrow is third.
No, I'm not going to go. I'm going to leave that for Donnie. I'm going to go with actually, you know what, Jay Corley, just because we've gotten along on the show here.
I love it.
Sean's probably got both like two.
Sean, who you got?
right off the rip.
Sean just lost half his
Ooh,
list.
man. First of all, I don't know why I can't hear a thing that Dane says. So I know he started.
Have you not been able to hear the whole time or just now?
Yeah, I'm not. Apparently, I thought he was just sitting there quietly, just like behaving himself.
Oh, that's
It's
nice.
probably-
No, I've been
No,
talking this
it's
whole
better
fucking
for
time.
you, worse for us. We can hear him.
Literally, have no idea what he said. I'm going with Matt Guy first, and because I don't know.
Nope,
what he
he's
was
already
saying.
He's
taken.
already taken.
You can
Dane
take
took him.
it back.
Wait, so wait a minute. Wait, you can't repeat. You can repeat.
No, you can't repeat.
No,
No
you
repeat.
can't.
No, he said no repeats.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
shit. Well,
told you. I
should've gone
knew that
second
was going to be
then.
one of them.
Fuck.
It's
By
so
the way, I
nice of
can't
the
believe
kid.
I didn't take
Uh,
Jake Childs.
shit.
I can't believe I didn't take Jake Childs.
I
Well,
was hoping you
man.
weren't.
He does. You know what? I'll go with Jake Childs because he makes a mean ravioli.
He already
Nope,
took him.
gone.
He already
He took him.
This is like, by the way, this is at your fantasy football draft. You're like, the guy's been taken. The guy got taken
Yep,
3 rounds ago.
we're fucking brothers.
All right.
I know.
Can
I
you
feel
tell?
like I'm in a fantasy football league. That
Yeah,
keeps
you guys
repeating
are
things.
brothers, obviously.
God
Didn't
damn.
like the Vikings do that a couple times?
No, they're like twins, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. Jesus Christ.
Which one's
I'm Danny
which one's
DeVito.
which?
You so much when I see you next time. Like I can't wait. Like I cannot fucking wait till I see you again. It's just gonna be.
You're gonna stuff a cornhole bag down your throat.
Oh god, you have no idea. I can't wait. Oh god. Battle of the Big
He'll have to
Mouth.
pull out
I'm
the
just
step
gonna
ladder
just-
to reach
I'm
it,
gonna
though.
shit all over you.
Just
but
'cause
you
he
were
can't
the
hear
first
me.
one to get like fucking 4 points in a round. It's gonna be great. I can't.
Are you
fucking
getting a
wait.
28-foot ladder?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, let Sean go. All right, he took. Hold on. Dane. You took Matt Guy. You took Jake Childs, and who else did you take?
Timmy Jonas.
Timmy
Jonas.
Jonas. Yeah.
So he took those 3.
Well, okay, I gotta know what was the rationale with Timmy Jonas. Like
He
you
just
like,
said that
Young
they're
guy.
like
He's got to do all the
he
work.
said they're like best friends, basically. Like is what he said. He
I
said,
don't
we have a lot.
He said something about docking. I don't know what
Yeah.
that means.
Only in Cleveland. All right, you don't have
It
that
makes it way
privilege.
better because I have no idea what he's saying.
Yeah.
So awesome. All right, I'm gonna go with a local dude from our league. Dane would know him, Derek. All right, going with Derek. He's an outdoor type of dude. He would play. He's a good bags player. If I brought my clubs, I could golf with them. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, because you can definitely bring your clubs to this island. By the way, you can,
Yeah, just-
this island you can do whatever you want on it. They got Jimmy Dean sausage. They got
Yeah.
whatever you
There's
want.
no
Like I said,
rules.
Derek's also a big
yeah,
game
for sure.
hunter.
Another guy.
He's a big game hunter.
I would want to bring somebody like that is pretty handy, like outdoors. I would go with. God, like Quentin Dane. He's another local dude from our league. He's a hunter. He likes fishing. He's a cop around here. Like, you know, like I know, like I wouldn't have to really worry about a whole lot of shit. And then, God, who
Give us
else am I
somebody
gonna go
famous.
with?
Give us somebody corn famous.
Corn famous. Let's see. I'm gonna go Josh Gross. I figure he's in Texas. He's
Okay.
gotta know how to like take care of do outdoors.
By the way, another good move would have been I just thought of, but I didn't think of it at the time.
Don't worry, shut your mouth because that might be one of my picks.
Would be to take. You know what? I'm gonna let you go, and if you don't say it, I'm gonna talk about it afterwards.
All right.
Go ahead, Donnie. Go ahead.
All right, so you all suck at this game, by the way. You all suck. Because once again, I have mind effed you all. Because I'm going completely cerebral. My first person that I'm picking, you guys didn't even think of the big bow hunter, Tim Burnett.
Oh yeah. William Howell's partner.
I'm taking Tim Burnett. The guy is like world renowned.
Yeah, he's like one of
hunting
the
big
best
game around the
bow
world.
hunters like in the country.
Dude, listen.
Yeah, I'm just saying, put a bow in my hand.
Listen,
By the way,
my island is
Chad,
fucking
I got that
paradise,
covered.
all right? I'm not like hunting for shit. Like I'm gonna fucking chill.
You got like a grocery store.
Hey, you can bow fish.
Yeah,
No,
grocery
I'm not
store,
hunting
bow fish,
either.
that stuff.
Tim
Like, oh my
Burnett
God,
is
like,
going to
I'm
take
doing
care
it.
of me.
The only thing I'm going to say about Donnie, I'm just going to clarify because I need to clarify this with Howell, but I believe there's 2 Tim Burnett's who are bow people. The Tim Burnett that his partner is like an unbelievable marksman, and then there is a guy who's
Listen,
like a rogue hunter.
well, here's the thing. He's still going to get me food. Here we go. He's getting me food. All right? I am king of the
All right,
tribe.
Who's second?
Second person is I've got to bring a great cornhole player, right? I've got to bring somebody that's going to like friggin' make it happen on the boards.
Yeah.
Somebody that's lighting on fire right now. I'm bringing Tanner Halbert with me. Come on. He's going to kick the crap out of all of you.
Yeah. He'll probably kill something. Like
You just like never want to score in a match.
You're like,
then?
yeah, but he'll like throw a coconut like off like a boar's head and like knock it out like from like 80 feet away.
Dude, it's gonna happen. My third player to screw up Dane's team is I'm bringing Brett Guy with me because that kid is just pure energy and fire.
Yeah.
He's just
like,
gonna mess with the dynamic.
By the way,
I got by talking crap.
I got a notification on my Words with Friends that was like Brett Guy, your friend Brett Guy is back on Words with Friends, and I'm like, I need to get like a Words with Friends Brett Guy war going right now. Like that's what I need. Like, me playing Words with Friends with Brett Guy on the regular basis. Oh, here's my last thing. This is what I forgot about. What I should have done is I should have taken Cody Henderson so that I could feed him to a tiger. If the tiger like came out of the woods, I could just chuck Cody like into like I'd be like, oh, like, and people are like, why'd you pick Cody? I'd be like, that's why, because we chuck him to the tiger, like whatever gets eaten, you know. No offense to Cody, great player, unbelievable guy. From
are there a lot of tigers on deserted islands?
On my island, there's shitloads of them, dude. Like,
yeah, Brennan's Island is like friggin' Jurassic Park.
We gotta sleep in the trees. It's really fucked up place, dude. It's like Lost. Like, have you ever seen Lost? There's like a smoke monster. Like there's like a underground. There's a whole thing going on there, dude.
It's a whole fucking alien society. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's like the X-Files meets like fucking Jurassic Park, basically is what it is.
Wait a minute, Trevor. This is not.
Clark just said that Brett Guy doesn't know any 5-letter words.
Well, but the thing is, too, is like
he said.
I'm now seeing Trevor's comment there. Yeah,
I understand that other podcasts are trying to get the women angle. Not that I don't love women of cornhole. I love them. I think it's great, but we're not going for try to get votes. We're going for putting together a team. There's some women out there that are straight killers.
Trevor,
we have to put them on we have to make a team of our own 4 players, with one of us being the 4 players. So that's why I did not pick a woman. If I was going to pick a woman, it'd be Papke all the way.
Yeah,
because she is stone cold. I mean, ice water in the veins. She would be my number one.
If your bag breaks, she'll fix it up for you.
Come on, she'll make somebody else fix it because she's like, listen, I'm the ops manager. You gotta fix this.
That's true.
Nobody. I'm
so entertaining for me because I know Dane is talking, but I have no idea what he's saying.
The reason I don't.
Sean, you need to log out and
like
log back in. Yeah, because I couldn't hear Doug to start, and I logged off and logged back in, and I was good.
Well, we're getting to the end of the show, so we don't need to
tell him that. Up to an hour and a half here. So we'll go a quick couple of words here on you guys with the. We'll kind of touch on a bit. You got the Battle of the Big Mouths coming up too, and
then you got Chris Cook and Corona coming on next week, right?
Who?
Yep. They're both coming on next week to talk more about it. But apparently, one of you guys did win somehow. I've heard. So number 1.
Did you also note that one of us in these 4 had the most points in the whole event? Did you take note of that?
Okay.
Yeah, sure. And did you also note that 2 of them also didn't win and took last place?
By the way, that was the weakest comeback. That was the weakest comeback I've ever heard in my life.
Video cut out against me, so can we get better video quality this time, Donnie? Huh?
No, we can't. By the way, can I tell you this?
Make up a number this time.
I can't wait. It's gonna be like Armageddon.
Wait, a day of reckoning is coming.
That's right.
For the big ass podcast.
I've already thought, by the way, to myself that I've thought back on the fact that have Donnie coming to my house. My neighbors are just going to be moving in next door.
They do
like
not
when this is
know
happening,
what they're in for.
And this is going to be like they're gonna literally be like, "What the fuck is happening at this
They're
house?"
just gonna
right
hear
now?
you guys.
Donnie, I'll give you
screaming
John's
at a
comment, so you
screen.
can read that one to Sean.
Sean rides back harder than a Mountie.
Oh, John Clark, you're hilarious. Man. You are funny.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna say this right now. In all reality, this is what I said about the with the bowling podcast when I put up that picture of. By the way, wouldn't it be awesome if the four of us looked like the guys that were in Tombstone? But it was like big. Like this is the story. I was gonna tell this other story on the show, but this is the deal. We like to bicker and fuck with each other and give each other a hard time. But when Toe comes, it's like when somebody shows up at the door, it's like we're all in it. We're all in it together. We're all ready to throw down. We will literally like take a Brunswick right off somebody's skull for the other team. So as much fun as we have, right? We're gonna be. We are doing this. By the way, I'm not doing this for me. We're doing this for the community, right? This is what we're doing.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, honestly, for the record, there are several pro
Donnie, have you seen
cornhole players that I'm a little
Hold on,
scared
Dane's
of.
talking.
I'm not afraid of a single pro
You
ACL.
better steal Tanner Halbert's skills. All right, like you better be stealing Matt Guy.
This shit's killing me right now. I can't I'm trying to talk and he just straight interrupts me.
Fucking just destroy you so
Sean
bad.
is like Max Headroom right now with the 80s commercials, friggin' beeping in and out with the goddamn like freezing video.
By the way,
To Brendan's point, I grew up in Somerville. When we grew up, we could talk shit about all of our friends, but the second somebody else got in the middle of it, everybody turned on that one person. And the thing is, I can talk shit against the Asp guys because I don't like them. But if anybody else talks shit, it's a problem.
that's true.
It's a problem.
It's like I can shit on my best friend, but you can't because don't try doing it to me.
Yeah,
Like,
don't even try to. Don't even play.
The story I was going to tell on the podcast this week, but I did not, was that we were in Myrtle Beach, and there was this kid that used to play on this basketball team for Peabody. Donnie, you'll know what Peabody is. And we grew up playing against this kid. By the way, if you're from Massachusetts, your name is Ed. Your name is Eddie. Like, you only go by Eddie. There's no Eds in Massachusetts, basically. So we grew up playing against this kid, Eddie. He's this little, like, freaking Italian nut, right? Like, great basketball player. Just mean. We got in a, like, bunch of fucking scraps with this kid over the years. I'm down in Myrtle Beach, like 24. I see him like at the bar, and I'm like, look at him, and he's like, gives me like one of these, and I'm like, yeah, what's up? And like we didn't like each other. Like we all didn't. Like he knew like I was with my friends that played hoops with me. Like we didn't like each other. We got into a fight. We get into this fight, right? Clark, listen, you're dead. We get in this fight, right? This kid comes. We get in this fight outside. All of a sudden, this kid comes out of the parking lot. It just decks this kid for us, right? The point is, like, it's like I can give you a hard time, you can give me a hard time, but Eddie's coming out of the parking lot for you. That's the bottom line. Clark, you know what? I'm done with you.
Well, no, but I had a friend.
You're not welcome on the island anymore.
We used to do Myrtle Beach every Memorial Day weekend. It was like 8 of us that went down there to play golf. And one of the kids I used to hang out with all the time, every time we went to like a nightclub or anything there, he would always say, "Back the car in."
Oh, yeah,
why?
The plates.
Yeah, no. It's so we can get out of there faster in case like he got into a fight with somebody because he was always ready to throw down. So he's already ready to knock somebody out.
Dude, the plates, you got to back them in, dude. If you're down there, if you have the mass plates, you got to back them in.
No, we rented cars down there, but he's like, back it in so we can get out of here.
By the way, Myrtle Beach, when you're like 25, you're from Boston, is like, that's like a rite of passage. That's like, I don't know. It's like if you're like going on like it's like a Mormon going on like his like it's like 2-year like fucking dumbass thing that they do like the Mormons do. No offense if you're Mormon, you throw bags. I don't give a shit.
Don't talk about Rumspringa.
No, that's not Mormon. What's Rumspringa? It's like
that's the Amish. Amish.
Dude, imagine if you were Amish, how much that sucks.
I work with the Amish.
Dude, I feel bad. That
Amish here in Ohio.
Dude, can you imagine your parents? Imagine the chances. You're like, oh, you grew up. You're just like, I won the reverse lottery. Like I'm one of the 1% of the people that are like fucking Amish. Like that. Like I can't have like good.
So Doug,
shit.
I just have to say, even though you lost control of all these knuckleheads, you did a great job. I love the show. Great job. Like I don't like always. 2 of the people on here.
You got.
God damn it,
I think it's me. I think it's me and Sean. I think it's me and Sean.
The other way. You gotta go the other way. There you go.
Yeah. One's over. One's no that way, right? Or wait.
Yeah.
Oh, that way.
Yep.
And wait, no, that way.
Yeah. You don't want to point at me.
By the way, let me just apologize to you in advance. I usually don't start drinking at 3:30 on Wednesdays, but
it makes it better.
It
makes it better.
Debatable. It made it better for me. I'll just say that.
Well, listen.
That's when you have sex with a girl and you're like, it was good for me. I don't know how it was for you.
Yeah, but me,
I know it lasted 28 seconds, but
at least you're still shaving.
Hey,
I got the
great.
Corona beard and the Corona mohawk.
Donnie,
I almost did the mohawk today. I haven't cut at all. I almost did the mohawk today, but you wouldn't be able to see it because it's all white.
Dude,
Doug, I let my 13-year-old cut my hair.
Curls in my back right now. If you guys
I was gonna.
hair's long as shit.
So when are we doing this again? Because
how about in a month? We'll do this another month.
I'll tell you what, this is my favorite Wednesday of the month. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Exactly.
I'll come on another 25 minutes late every time, man. I got you.
Yeah.
Faxel Rose. So it's perfect. By the way, if we could get a T-shirt, like I wish I owned like Barstool, like a T-shirt made that Faxel with your face, like Axl Rose's hair, Dane and like Dane is like Slash in the background.
If Cook is still watching,
I do have a top hat.
Just set up a jersey.
Yeah, we should have Cook do it.
I just need Sean throwing bags at the audience. Like that whole Montreal debacle, that Guns N' Roses.
These guys, by the way, these guys were like 2 when that happened.
Yeah.
I wasn't born yet. It's all right.
I will say that actually Guns N' Roses played here. They opened up for the Cult. It was like 2 minutes from where I live, and they got booed off the stage. Opening for the Cult here.
Really?
Yeah.
They were so bad. I do remember watching Headbangers Ball when I was a kid, and like they came on, and I was like, "This band sucks live." Like, I mean, I'm just being honest. They're one of my favorite bands.
There's a lot of those bands in the '80s that.
Dude, there's like my favorite band of all time.
Man.
My parents let me stay up till midnight, and like the guy sounded like he couldn't even talk. Like, oh, by the way, Brews and Reviews Cornhole just checked in. Yeah. Nah, fuck that. He doesn't want to make that jersey apparently. Nice, thanks, Chris. All right, how about this? How about we make a shirt that says down and back with Corn Dog and the boys, like, and then we have like all of us on the face, like Brady Bunch style, like.
Yeah.
Hey, just
like,
looking
at
each other.
Like try to fit my fat face into like that little square. Like
we need the good angle though.
Yeah, but here's what you got to do: you got to hide a cupcake in there, and you got to hide a time clock for somebody.
Yeah, I think next month we're gonna do the buzzer. We'll have a timer, little countdown timer, and a buzzer.
Yeah, we each gotta buy a conch. It's like, you know, I have it in my hand, like it's like Lord of the Flies. Like it's like I have it, you know, I can talk now. You know. By the way, we didn't talk about this. How about this? How about you know, listen, Doghouse hat on ESPN. By the way, that was out in the streets. All right.
I didn't see a picture of it though.
I want to see.
B,
That's
we're
the
rocking.
OG. That's
we're
the
rocking
OG.
the two. The
That's
OG and the new school.
That's my favorite. The OG is my favorite. The OG is my favorite. But I'll tell you this. I got a feeling the next year we're going to be seeing multiple Dogcast and Asp hats on ESPN. That's what I think.
Oh, wait a minute, but Will, I got another question though, and we can refer to this in a year from now. Will
we be alive?
No, but will we get blocked?
By
will
what?
We
the
have
ACL?
I'm not saying who. I'm just saying, will somebody have to either remove the hat or put duct tape over a logo based on certain organizations
Donnie,
not liking what's on there?
Somebody blocks me. I'm going to tell you right now. If the Dogcast is blocked, I will move into my garage full time. I will just put a fucking cot in there, and I will go 24/7 live stream.
He'll eat nothing but Jimmy Dean sausage.
It's gonna be his stance. It's gonna be like Castaway, where like he's like looking at the.
I don't know.
I'm gonna have like
volleyball.
just a Jimmy Dean like mannequin in there. So I'm gonna like just like.
Are you gonna be talking to cornhole bags?
If you were just eating Jimmy Dean sausage, I don't think you'd be looking like Castaway. You're gonna be looking like Rick Moranis and Strange Brew after drinking all that beer.
Hey, Doug, let me ask you a question because John Clark just brought up a great point. Battle of the Big Mouths 2 is coming up. It's going to be in a week from Saturday, right?
Yep.
And
May
after
23rd.
that, we are going to do the Open. I think it might be like a member guest type of thing, is what I'm thinking, right?
Well, no, I
So,
think Ben has to be his partner.
who's partner?
Corn Dogs.
Yeah.
Can I have a say in that? And Ben, Ben and I have been in a tournament before, and it wasn't pretty on both of our points.
But I think we got to get you in the mix.
I'll
What do you
try.
think? Maybe we'll have you throw a clock. By the way, clock's busting balls over here. Johnny 100 deck around like versus nobody. I can't wait to get you back on the boards, brother. I can't wait to get you back. By the way, you lost twice to Pat McCracken at the Doghouse. I witnessed it. You pulled out of there like a bat out of hell. You want to get out of there. So I know you're high and mighty right now, brother. And you know I love you. I love you like a brother. You are my man. But listen, we're gonna be back on the board soon. I do hope your domination continues. But Matt Marin does need a partner for this coming week.
But he needs a partner though that's going to be in his area, right? Because you got to be on the same board.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I
So
gotta
he
be on the same
needs-
boards.
He needs a CCC partner.
You mind?
So, Maddie,
Okay, so
find somebody that can at least hit the board, unlike Jason.
Yeah.
Find the board.
Find
Yeah, we're gonna figure that
find
out.
the Wi-Fi.
John, by the way, you know that John Clark just said best practice player I know is him. But you know, Clark knows I love him, but I'm giving him a hard time because he likes to give me a hard time.
Yeah. So, Battle of the Big Mouths
yes.
3, it gets opened up.
It gets opened up.
goes international. We'll say
It's like
international.
Bushwood. It's like Bushwood Country Club. We're bringing Rodney Dangerfield in.
But
Everybody's in.
it is vote in by committee.
I think it should be some type of crew cup situation where it's like we get R2, whatever. I
Or
think
we
it should
do
be something
podcast
different.
for video casts.
Yeah, podcast versus like nobody cast or like maybe
Or-
get Trey Ryder in. Have
But
him.
or
get involved.
all of
I'm sure he's gonna be into it.
Podcast
but
come up.
all of the chips
I'm
go
sure.
into it based on podcasts, based on video cast. Everything goes into a bag.
Dude, I'm telling you right now,
All
we
our
are.
partners.
If Trey doesn't want to get into this, we are irresistible. There is no.
Wait, can we get this on Prize Picks?
On what? What's Prize Picks?
That's
That
the
one
ACL.
The
Yeah, the ACL gambling
betting.
thing. That would be.
Yeah, but you
great.
guys can't do it because you're in Cleveland. Ohio doesn't
I
let
know.
gamble
Ooh.
happen.
Yeah, no, it's stupid.
Hey, we
Gambling.
mentioned that on the podcast, man. They should have made it like a
Dumb.
fantasy format. Do
Yep.
a little like daily fantasy for it.
Well, listen, I'm not going to get political, but the entire country has to open up friggin' betting. It's like one of the only things
Oh,
everybody has in common. Just
My
let people
favorite.
bet.
It's my favorite thing. Gambling's my favorite thing in the world.
Come on, gambling and
My
weed,
first-
just let it happen.
It's my number one favorite thing that exists in the world is to gamble on things.
Oh, John Clark says PJ and Doug could take it as part of Team Octane.
We just need Doug to drive like the 17 hours back to Ontario. So he would do it probably.
PJ's come here before.
Yeah, PJ and Doug could take it. I think that's a.
Who?
I agree with that. PJ
That
and
one guy
Doug.
that you know.
Who?
With that, I
Bad
want to thank
form.
everyone for watching. We're gone like almost 2 hours here now. Beat our last one of an hour and a half, but thank you guys for coming on. And everyone, check out Donnie's Zoom chat. The what is it? The Cornhole Couch.
The
Not
Cornhole
cat
Couch. I will put a link up tomorrow for a new one. There will be a new one tomorrow night. Oh wait, no, tomorrow can't do tomorrow night because tomorrow night's we have a very special Doghouse thing that we do on Thursday
And
night.
I'm recording my Friday show tomorrow night, so I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
come
So
later
Friday
on.
night, if you want to get on the Cornhole Couch, follow me on Facebook, the Book of Face, and get on because it's all about.
And for the record, he's not sitting in the couch while he's on it. So like,
No.
get yourself a couch, Donnie.
but nothing is recorded,
No.
so it's
That's true.
unfiltered, uncensored,
Open forum.
Open forum. Say what you want to say. Be
Yeah.
who you want to be. Let your
I
freak
just
flag.
chime in and I just say
fly.
like obscenities and then log off real quick.
It's honestly, it's honestly becoming my favorite part of my week. Except
Other
for
than
this.
this night,
agree.
once a month.
Problem is, I gotta stop getting so messed up when I'm on them. By the end of the night,
I
I'm, like,
can't.
falling
Hey, by the way,
asleep. I'm
Dane,
like,
Dane,
I gotta.
let me just say one thing I can teach you about being married, and we'll end it on this. Okay, Do not
Please.
make promises or big declarations on Monday mornings. Okay. That means like I'm not drinking hard liquor again. Don't say anything like that to your wife ever again on like a Monday. Just keep your mouth shut. Just deal with your own demons. Swallow the sins. Okay. And get to Tuesday, and all of a sudden things start to open up for you again. Okay. I've learned that.
Brent, I gotta tell you right now, my wife's right there with me, man. She
Words
hits
live
it
by.
hard with me. You know, it's all right.
I don't know. With this whole shutdown, my wife started putting wine in all of our meals, so I'm not sure what's going on. But
Hey, little wine for breakfast never killed anybody. You know what I mean? As far as I know, not immediately
so-
at least.
want to thank you guys again for coming on, and everyone check out Friday's show. Going to be having Ryan Smith on the show talking about the ACL qualifier last week. He wasn't playing, but we'll still talk about it. But yeah, so thank you guys again for coming on. We're going to do this again in another month. We'll probably see everyone on Donnie's Zoom chat for his no holds barred fun time on the cornhole couch.
Yeah, so Ben Coombs, send me a friend request.
Get banged on the cornhole couch by Donnie.
It's not a casting couch.
It's a casting couch.
Donnie's
I love it.
casting couch.
The
Like,
Doghouse casting.
you're like
couch.
awkward
Secrets
moment. Like,
out.
would you take your shirt
Secrets
off on
out.
this couch? Would you take your shirt off? What kind of couch is this, Donnie?
Well, Donnie, you got to put him through the initiation.
No, none of that happens. It's all about being.
Why do you have a mohawk and a camera? What's going on?
It's all about being friends. Just be my friend.
Exactly. So yeah, thank you guys again. So everyone stay safe. Keep playing those virtual cornhole. That light at the end of the tunnel is almost here. That we're going to be back playing live again sometime soon. So we'll catch you Friday, then Monday on Facebook, and then Wednesday live back here again. I'll say it now. We'll have the Bruiser Reviews guys on talking more about the Battle of Igmos 2 and some more. So check us out on all those times, Friday, Monday, Wednesday, and we'll catch you next week. Thanks for
Awesome,
watching.
boys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Doug,
Thanks,
next
Doug.
month we're hitting 2 hours.
For
No
sure.
doubt.